Being a part of the NCAC has been an incredibly positive co-curricular growth experience. I began in the NCAC in 1985-1986 season, and it has evolved incredibly as a conference. We began with 7 original member institutions. Policies and procedures put in place at that time were trial and error. And we did not have any women in the director's seat, but there was always a strong commitment to gender equity and making the best possible competitive environment for the student athlete.
Let's take basketball, for example. When we were in the 1970s, we only played about 8 games for the women's teams, and then that grew, and with the formation of the NCAC, we had a conference schedule in which the teams were able to compete in a double round robin, so there was a lot more competition for the women.
One of the greatest parts about the NCAC is the natural rivalries that have formed over a long period of time in particular sports. I mean, when you think men's lacrosse, you're thinking about Denison and OU. When you're in the swimming pool, it's Kenyon and Denison.
And then we have new rivalries with institutions such as Wabash as well as DePaul across the board. When you do have a strong conference, it promotes positive competition, and that's what we have in the North Coast.
We really compete within the conference for conference championships and all sports trophies, and we take it seriously to compete across a large range of sports.
We've had 126 team championships. We are second in the league in Coaches of the Year and first in the league in Players of the Year. It's been a pleasure being able to serve and have this leadership challenge at my alma mater, because I believe it's philanthropic in nature, and the institutions are outstanding, and I've had the best of all worlds.
When I think about the NCAC, it's the people. I mean, the personalities, the long-time tenured coaches like Gene Mahaffey at Ohio Wesleyan, Keith Piper here at Denison, Mike Caravana, Sarah Lee within our department. I mean, we have coaches who have really enjoyed the conference and the Division III thrust of a scholar athlete, and they stay here their entire careers. So you have these wonderful long-term interactions with people that aren't even from your institution, where you get a level of respect for each other and how you do your jobs.
There are a couple people who have been great mentors to me and have made a big difference in my life. One is Nan Carney DeBoard, the athletic director at Denison University, and also Maureen Hager, who was an athletic administrator at Allegheny for 25 years.
Names that come to mind, I should start with my own institution, and that would be in Ted Barkley and Lynn Schweizer. Both as a student and as a coach, and then coming back, having Larry Scheider still in place. He's been a tremendous resource for me. I also would have to give a tremendous amount of credit to Dennis Collins, who was the previous executive director of the conference. We have the ability to get to know one another and learn from one another, so I've been really fortunate.
I remember basketball games won on the last shot where we beat Worcester for the first time in our gym in decades. You think about the long history of men's lacrosse and Ohio Wesleyan 1-goal games. I mean, there was a streak in there where we went 8-10 years where the game was won by 1 goal. You're talking about these highly competitive events. But the thing that I think stands out most for me in terms of a single event was Keith Piper's last football game. To be on the field for that game, to see someone end their long career and understand the gravity of a culture that he created within a team was one of the more memorable things I've ever seen.
Happy birthday, NCAC.
Here's to 30 great years, NCAC.
Happy 30th anniversary, NCAC.